welcome and good afternoon. This is Commish Orr, and today we have Game 5 of a matchup in the Best of the 1960s tournament. Here in the winner's bracket, between the 1961 New York Yankees and the 1969 Baltimore Orioles. Yes, Game 5, the deciding Game 5. Winner will advance in the winner's bracket. The loser will face the 1964 White Sox down in the elimination bracket. Just to give you a little bit of an update, as you can see here, the White Sox defeated the 68 Tigers 3-0, eliminated the Tigers. Over in the National League, the 62 Giants topped the 1960 Pittsburgh Pirates 3-1 to advance in the National League. And down in the elimination bracket, the 63 Dodgers eliminated the top-seeded 1968 St. Louis Cardinals. So, all the other games are kind of set here. And so we are here between the Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. As always, you can head over to baseballmaelstrom.com to follow all of the action of all the projects that I have going on. If you want to catch up on what happened in prior games of this tournament, you can find little write-ups and the box scores and all of that fun stuff on that website. So here we are, folks. We're all set in this Game 5, taking place on September 21st, I believe. Let's take a look at the schedule real quick. September 21st. It's the only game today. And then we'll head into the losers bracket. Playoff there. I've already rolled for the weather, and as you can see there, I rolled a 9. If you add, or excuse me, an 11. If you add these up, it is an evening game here at Yankee Stadium. And if we go to September, 54 degrees plus 11 is 65 degrees at game time. So 65 degrees. We see here that it is cloudy. 14 roll there makes it cloudy, and a 7 roll means there's no noticeable wind. So that's kind of where things stand right now. Let's take a look at today's starting lineup for the 69 Orioles. Leading off in left field is Don Buford. Paul Blair in center field batting second. Frank Robinson in right field batting third. We have Boog Powell in the cleanup spot playing first base. Brooks Robinson at third base, batting fifth. Davey Johnson batting sixth at second base. Ellie Hendricks catching today and batting seventh. We have Dave May batting eighth at DH. And Mark Belanger batting ninth at shortstop. And on the mound for this Game 5 is Dave McNally. Baltimore Orioles ace Dave McNally was 20-7 with a 3.22 ERA in 1969. Now let's take a look at the home team, New York Yankees, the 61 Yankees. Leading off, Bobby Richardson at second base. Tony Kubek will be playing short and batting second. Roger Maris, this is a little bit of a change, folks, will be playing center field today and batting third. You'll notice Mickey Mantle not in the lineup, and Game 4, Mantle actually tried to chase down a fly ball and collided with the wall and is expected to miss today's game. He will rejoin the team, hopefully, for the next series, but he is out of the lineup today. Thus, Roger Maris moving over to center field. So batting in the cleanup spot today will be Elston Howard and catching. Yogi Berra comes into the lineup. Again, this is a little bit of a change you'll see from what I have here. Yogi Berra will be batting fifth and playing right field. Moose Skowron at first base will be batting sixth. Bob Serve will be DHing and batting seventh. Hector Lopez will be in left field and batting eighth. And finally, Clete Boyer will be batting ninth at third base. And on the mound today for the Yankees is Ralph Terry. Whitey Ford, Yankees ace Whitey Ford, has struggled in the tournament, and his poor pitching in Game 4 was kind of the reason that we're here today. part of it at least. Ralph Terry was 16-3 that year with a 3.15 ERA, though, in 1961. So, we are ready to go, folks, here in the Big Apple. Starting with Don Buford. 126 is Buford grounds this one to first. Skowron will flip to Terry, and they'll beat him to the bag for out number 1 here in the first inning. Paul Blair. Blair batting .349 in the tournament. And Blair grounds this one to Clete Boyer. Easy play for Boyer. Throws it across the infield, and there are 2 down. That brings up Frank Robinson, who's hitting .378 with 4 homers. He's having a good tourney. But he grounds this one to Bobby Richardson, and Richardson will have an easy play to first. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first. And we're down to the bottom half of the lineup, or the bottom of the order, the bottom of the inning. Leading off for the Yankees today, Bobby Richardson. Richardson hitting .243 in the tournament. And McNally will deal .447. And Richardson grounds this one to second base. Johnson will have it over to first. 1 down. That brings up Kubek. And he is not hitting well in the tournament. He's 3 for 36. Struggled, and he's going to continue to struggle as he watches strike 3 on the edge of the plate. Catches him looking on that one. 2 outs. Roger Maris. Maris has also struggled in the tournament. Only 1 homer. He's only hit .114. But, spoke too soon, folks, as he gets all of this one back deep and gone. Solo shot for Roger Maris here in the first inning puts the Yankees on top, 1-0. Just talking about how cold he has been in this tournament, and he lets one loose as McNally wishes he had that pitch back. That brings up Elston Howard here. And that will do it, folks, as he watches strike 3 go by. So McNally gets right back on it, but not before a big home run by Roger Maris. We head to the top of the second. Yankees up 1-0. And Terry will deal against Boog Powell here. .272. That is going to be deep, deep. Oh boy, that is going to be deep. Deep to right field. 11 plus 9 is a 20. That is going to be deep and out of here. So right away, Boog Powell responds and evens this game up at 1 apiece. That was the second home run of the tournament for Boog Powell. A no doubter in that one. And Baltimore right back in this one. Brooks Robinson steps in. 637. And a 637 is going to be a fly out to center. Maris has not played a game in center field this tournament. Didn't play very many in 1961, but played a little bit there. And he hauls that one in for out number 1. Davey Johnson. Johnson only hitting .229 in the tournament. 445, and he grounds this one to short. Kubek over to first for the second out. That brings up Hendricks. 634, and that's going to be it, folks. 634 is another fly out to center. Easy one for Maris. Getting a little bit of work there. And we're through the top of the second. Scores all tied at 1 now. And Yogi Berra steps in for the Yankees. 250. And Berra is a lefty, so that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. In foul territory. Robinson has room, though, and he'll haul it in for out number 1. Moose Skowron. He's hitting .267. He has a 3 homers, though. So he's come through a couple of times. 677 is going to be a 687 here. That's going to be something. It is. It's a nice base hit here for Skowron. He'll round first. And the Yankees have another base runner on. That brings up Serve. And he's hitting 278 so far in the tournament. 598, that's going to be something too. That's hit out towards Frank Robinson. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Robinson has a forearm, and Skowron does not have much speed, so he's going to hold up at second. So Yankees getting something going here in the bottom of the second with runners on first and second. And Hector Lopez comes in to bat. He's only hitting 238, 129, and he catches him looking. That's the third strikeout looking here in this game. McNally kind of fooling the hitters a couple of those times. So 2 down now, 2 on and 2 down for Clete Boyer. Boyer hoping to do something with these runners. And that's not going to do it as he grounds this one right to Johnson. Johnson flips to Bellinger, and that will be out number 3. So the Yankees showing a little bit of threat here in the bottom of the second, but not able to get anything going. We head to the top of the third. Score still tied 1-1. Terry will face the bottom of the Orioles order, starting with Dave May. And 6-12, that's going to be a strikeout. Struck him out. It's the first strikeout for Terry. Mark Bellinger steps in. Is it Bellinger or Belanger? I've heard it pronounced both ways, actually, in recordings. And he grounds this one to third. Boyer over to first. 2 down. So Terry makes it through the order, allowing just that 1 home run. Back to the top of the order here. 2 down now for Don Buford. 192, and Buford bloops this one in for a base hit. 2-out single here in the third inning. And he is going to look to see about stealing. Let's see if he gets a lead. 7 plus steal is a 14, but 10 plus 6 is 16. So he does not get a good lead. Stays put. That brings up Paul Blair. And we have a rare play. Rare play, 279. So runner on first, 2 outs. It's going to be page 35. And the roll was a 279. So we're way up here. That's going to be a balk. All right, so a balk called on Terry. That moves Buford up to second. Let's see if it does any damage here. As Blair is still at the plate. 360, and it does not as he pops this one up. Richardson will be under it. And we head to the bottom of the third. Score still tied 1-1. McNally facing the top of the Yankees order here, starting with Richardson. And Richardson grounds this one to Johnson. Over to first, easy play. Kubek steps in. He struck out looking in his last at bat. This time, though, is going to be a 707, is a deep to center field. 18. Is that deep enough? 18. Deep to center field, 18. And that is going to be down in the corner, bouncing around. No, he has a speed of 3. Oh, boy. So with 1 out, next base is home, maybe. D20 is lower than his speed, and the D20 roll is a 2, folks. He's going to try for an inside the park home run here. He's going to try for an inside the park home run. So, challenge, 13 plus speed. That's a 16. 10 plus arm, that's a 16. It's equal, so that is going to be an inside the park home run here, as there's a play at the plate and Kubek just beats the throw. Very close play. No instant replay back in the 60s, folks. Questionable call maybe, but the home team gets the edge here. As inside the park homer. Inside the park home run there for Tony Kubek. Craziness. Craziness. Just to make sure, look here. It says triple. The batter has the option of advancing. Wow. So his speed wasn't better than the arm, so he wouldn't have advanced from that. But this D20 roll says he takes the risk. And it paid off in this case. So the Yankees are up 2-1 on that crazy play. And that brings up the guy who homered in the first inning, Roger Maris. Oh my gosh. McNally left one a little bit too far over the plate, almost in the same spot. And Maris takes this one deep. This is second home run of the game for Maris. Back-to-back home runs, including the inside the Parker. And the Yankees now have a 3-1 lead here in the third inning, with still just one out. Crazy turn of events here. And Elston Howard steps in. McNally trying to compose himself. And that's a ground ball to second. Easy play for Bellinger. And he will throw over to first for out number 2. And that brings up Yogi Berra. 479. We'll have to consult Berra's card here. 479. 479. And this is a deep fly to center. Back towards the warning track, but Blair has room. And he will snag this one for out number 3, but not before some craziness. As the Yankees get an inside the park homer, thanks to a bad bounce in the outfield, down in the corner. And then Roger Maris gets his second home run of the game. I just got done saying how he'd been cold this tournament, but he has stepped it up here in Game 5. Terry facing the heart of the Orioles order, starting with Frank Robinson. And this is a fly ball to left. Lopez will have an easy play of it. One down. Powell, who homered in the second inning, will not do the same thing this time as he grounds this one to second. Richardson will throw over to Skowron for out number 2. Now the other Robinson, Brooks Robinson, 489, and this one's a deep fly to center at the track, but Maris will be there to haul it in. A 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Yankees still with a 3-1 lead. McNally dealing to Moose Skowron, and he walks him. Skowron draws the walk, the leadoff walk here in the 4th. He has not much speed, so he stays put. It brings up serve. 687 becomes a 697. And that's going to be another walk. Back-to-back walks here to lead off the 4th inning. McNally showing some struggles here. He faces Hector Lopez. 518, that's not going to do it, as that's a base hit up the middle. Now, Skowron would be on third, and I believe with no outs, they don't risk the play. They don't risk advancing or trying to score, I should say. So that's going to load the bases up here for Clete Boyer. Now, normally, Auto Manager says, bring the infield in with a runner on third and less than 2 outs if the game is tied or the batting team leads. which would be a case here. And since Skowron has such poor speed, they are going to bring the infield in. So, Boyer. McNally will deal to Boyer here with the bases loaded. And that's not what you want to see, as he fools him with another one on the outside corner. And that'll be out number 1 as Boyer watches strike 3 go by. Every one of McNally's strikeouts today, he's caught them looking. Now things get a little bit more interesting here with Bobby Richardson. So they're going to play the corners in, hoping to get the double play up the middle possibly. And McNally deals to Richardson. 6-12. That's not going to do anything either. That's going to be a 6-22, which is a pop-up on the infield. Johnson hauls that one in for out number 2. Defense now back. Orioles looking to, hoping to get out of this inning with no damage done after the bases were loaded with no outs. They'll have to get through Kubek here first. And they do, as that's strike 3 called. I believe with 2 outs, the ball gets by him. But they're able to throw him out at first easily. So the Orioles able to get through after loading the bases here with no outs. Yankees can't capitalize on it, but they still take the 3-1 lead into the top of the 5th. Terry facing not Randy, Davy Johnson here. And we have another rare play, 507. That's a 124. 124. 124. Hit by pitch. Oh, boy. Batter hit in the head by a pitch. Not injured. Home plate umpire warns both teams. So, both teams have been warned, folks. Tempers flaring a little bit here in Game 5. Silly for Terry to have done that on purpose. Probably just got away from him, but just to be safe, the umps are just not taking any chances here. And they do warn both sides. That brings up Ellie Hendricks here. Johnson is fine over there on first base. And let's see here. Terry's a righty, so this is a pop-up on the infield, ranging into foul territory. And Boyer will have this one down. Dave May steps in. May struck out in his last at-bat, hitting 192 in the tournament. It's not very good. And this one's not going to help his average out either, as this one's grounded right to Richardson. Richardson flips to Kubek and then over to first for an inning-ending double play. Terry has been cruising here so far, other than that one mistake to Powell in the second inning. McNally will face Roger Maris here to lead off the 5th. Maris 2 for 2 with 2 home runs today. McNally, will he be a little bit more careful? I would hope so. Maris gets his bat out onto it and bloops one into the outfield, and Maris is now 3 for 3 today with this leadoff base hit. Wasn't trying to do too much with that at bat, but is able to get some wood on it and get on base. That brings up Elston Howard, who's 0 for 2. 536, and this one, Powell not able to get a glove on it. Right fielder is Frank Robinson. So Maris has a speed of 2. He stays at second. So runners on first and second now. And that brings up Yogi Berra. 284 for Berra is going to be a deep fly to right. Oh, boy. McNally not having a good day, folks. Not having a good day at all, as Berra has a huge power number of 9. And this 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. Deep right field 21. Deep right field 21. And that is deep way back, and gone. A 3-run shot here. Yogi Berra's first home run of the tournament, and it is a big one, as it puts the Yankees up 6-1. McNally now is has crossed 5 runs, so he is susceptible to fatigue now. They will leave him in, though, to face Skowron at least. 229, and he will retire Skowron as Skowron grounds this one to third. Robinson over to first for the first out. Yankees fans, a lot of excitement in the air as they see their hopes of advancing look pretty good right now. And McNally deals to serve, and serves a righty. That's going to be a 559. And Robinson bobbles this one. Not doing much of a favor to the Orioles here. Serve will be on first with that error. Hector Lopez. Baltimore hoping to get out of this one. 448. This is a grounder to second. They'll look to turn 2 here. Johnson flips to Belanger, but that is all they'll get, as Lopez beats the relay throw. They're now 2 down, and Clete Boyer. 236. This'll get them out of the inning, as Boyer grounds this one to third, and he throws over to first for out number 3. So McNally able to get out of the inning after allowing that big home run to Yogi Berra. Ralph Terry's job got a lot easier now. There's a lot more cushion to work with here as Belanger steps in to lead off the 6th. 441. And he pops this one up on the infield, a little bit into foul territory. Boyer will haul this one in. 1 down. Baltimore has been quiet in this game. Back to the top of the order, though, for Buford. And Buford gets a base hit down the line. Skowron not able to get a glove on it. That's just their 3rd hit of the game. 2 of those were from Buford. And that brings up Paul Blair. 457. And this is a double into the gap near left field, or in the left field gap. Let's see here. Left fielder Lopez, his arm is too good, so Buford will hold up at third. Buford's speed is only a 2. So second and third now with 1 out. Frank Robinson. Orioles looking to get something going here in the 6th. Terry looks like he might be tiring a little bit. Oh, but Robinson pops this one up on the infield. And Richardson calls everybody off. And that's out number 2. Powell has a chance to get something going here with 2 down. 178. Oh, but another pop-up. This time over towards first base, and Skowron will call everybody off this time. And that's 3 outs. So Baltimore, with runners on second and third and 1 out, can't get anything going. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees still up 6-1. McNally facing the top of the order. And a 662 becomes a 672. He doesn't have any fatigue yet. 672 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. So McNally will throw over to first himself. 1 down. Richardson is 0 for 4 now today. Brings up Kubek, who had the inside the park homer in the 3rd, but has struck out 2 other times. 242. And this time pops one up towards the stands. Robinson will have room, though, and he makes the catch. Roger Maris. Maris, who's had a cold time in the tournament, is 3 for 3 today, stepping up for the missing Mickey Mantle. But not this time, as he flies this one to left. It is deep towards the wall, but not deep enough, as Buford will be there for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down here in the 6th. It's the kind of innings that McNally wishes he had earlier. We head to the top of the 7th here. By the way, Terry is going to be past his stamina number here of 6. So we'll see what happens there. Brooks Robinson leading things off here in the 7th for Baltimore. And Robinson grounds this one to short. Kubek over to Skowron. 1 down. Davey Johnson got hit by that pitch in his last appearance, or last plate appearance. This time grounds one back up the middle. Terry gets a glove on it, though, and throws over to first and beats him by a step. Ellie Hendricks, 643. That's not going to be anything either. And another going to be, this one's a grounder to first. Skowron takes it to the bag himself, so 3 ground balls. Easy plays. And so we are to the 7th inning stretch. Baltimore offense not doing too much today. 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error for Baltimore so far. The Yankees 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors. 4 of those 9 hits are home runs. Now, one of those was an inside the Parker. McNally's still on the mound, facing off against Elston Howard here to lead off the bottom of the 7th. There is activity in the bullpen if they should need it. 674. And that one is going to be a redo. Wild pitch, nobody on base. Oh, 680. That's even worse. 680 is going to be a base hit to center. So leadoff single here for Howard. And McNally now has 1 level of fatigue here to deal with. Skowron steps in. 665 with a level of fatigue in home team becomes a 685. This is going to get much better. That's another base hit. Runners on the corners. Now, if this were an elimination game, well, even if it isn't, I guess I could go and take a look at their bullpen, because McNally doesn't seem to have it today. The problem is with the schedule is that if Baltimore loses today, they're going to be playing tomorrow, so they can't really burn through their bullpen right now. And this game is 6-1 in the 7th. So we're going to face Skowron. We're not going to bring the infield in. Oh, actually, yes, we are, as Howard has a speed of 0. So we'll have the corners in at least. Actually, Howard won't even be, he's not running on the pitch anyway. But we'll still have the corners in, leaving the double play chance. And McNally deals to Skowron, hoping for a strikeout or something. And he gets it. Strikeout here for McNally. Gives him a little bit of light here. Do the same thing here for serve. Corners are in, hoping for a double play, though, to get them out of the inning. And 135 becomes a 335, and that's not going to do it. That's a deep fly to center, and that's going to be deep enough to score Howard. So a sac fly here to center field, and that's probably as good as you can hope for if you're Baltimore. Yankees now have a 7-1 lead. 2 down, though, just runner on first for Lopez. 3-10, and he strikes him out. So McNally has been able to fool some hitters, but when he misses his spots, he has been missing big time. And the Yankees have been jumping all over it. That gets us through to the top of the 8th here, and Terry will be dealing to Dave May. Terry's still not showing any signs of fatigue here, but there is activity in the bullpen just in case. 257, and a lefty, that's going to be a 597. A Yogi Berra in left, that's not going to be good. Or, excuse me, 257. Yeah, 597. So right field, Yogi Berra in right field, 597. And a 7 to Yogi Berra in right field. It's not going to be good for him. It's going to be a base hit. Yogi Berra. Yep, 7 is going to be a base hit. And I gotta kind of have to look at some stuff here, folks. All right, ratings-based defense, outfield. Is it less than his range? No, it's greater than his range. Because Yogi's range in right field is a 4. So it's greater than his range, and it's greater than 7. Or no, it's less than 7. Yeah, 257 became okay. So a 7, less than or equal to 7, is going to be a double. And a double with an arm. Here we have to look at Yogi Berra's arm. Berra's arm in right is a 3. And so a 3 double is just a flat-out double. So double into the gap for May to lead things off here in the 8th. And now, Terry does have a level of fatigue. But he will stay in. And that brings up Belanger. And Belanger's only hit 167. But the problem is, a lot of these teams, their backups are not very good. Belanger shortstop, so Bobby Floyd could come into short. I mean, Belanger hits 287. That's not too bad, actually. He's going to stay in and hit. He is going to stay in and hit. 355, and he pops one up on the infield. Easy play at second base. As Richardson hauls that one in for out number 1. That does get him back to the top of the order, though. And Buford is 2 for 3 today. 601. So 601 becomes 611. And it struck him out. It's only the second strikeout for Terry today. But a key one here, as any hopes of Baltimore getting back in this one are fading fast. Paul Blair, two outs, runner in scoring position, and he struck him out. Blair caught looking. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Terry in the 8th. And we hit to the bottom of the 8th. Score is still 7-1. Now, McNally will be on a very short leash. He does have 2 levels of fatigue. But if he can make it through here, since they play tomorrow, their bullpen will be fresh for tomorrow's game if they have to play. So as long as things don't get out of hand here, they'll leave him in and deal with it. And that's not what you want to see, as that's a deep left. Oh, a deep left, 11. Deep left, 11. And it is just an out. So that one, towards the gap, but Buford able to track this one down. And that's out number 1. So Buford saved probably a double. That gets us back to the top of the lineup here. Bobby Richardson's 0 for 4 today. He has struggled as of late. But that'll be a base hit. That's a clean single for Richardson. And so, McNally probably only has one more batter left in him. If he can't get this, get through Kubek here. 535, that's Powell. And, ooh, Powell able to snag it, and he'll beat Kubek to the bag. So Richardson advances to second on the play, but there's now 2 outs. And so that brings up Roger Maris, and McNally will go for it. McNally goes for it, and he walks him, and that's going to be it. So that's all the more leash we're going to give him today. Which, if you go by Auto Manager, this would have been the time to pull him anywhere, because that's 4. So McNally gets 7 2/3 innings. 7 2/3 innings. And you just got to bring in a guy, Jim Harden. Harden had a lot of innings. Yeah, probably Marcelino Lopez, maybe. Who are we facing? Nelson Howard. And Howard is a righty. So we would have brought in Lopez probably. But since Howard's a righty, we will bring in Jim Harden. All right, so Jim Harden comes into this game. Just needs to get 1 out. Just needs to get 1 out. And he'll face Elston Howard to do it. Howard is 2 for 4 today. Scored both times. He's got on base. Our runners on first and second. 2 outs. And a 481 is going to be a deep fly to center. Back at the warning track. But Blair will be there for out number 3. We head to the top of the 9th. And Terry has this one in hand. But because the Yankees are confident in their win, they have lots of room for the bullpen. So Terry will be 8 innings. And actually, you know what? He's only allowed 5 hits. Let's just leave him in and give him his due. He only has 1 level of fatigue. So we'll leave him in, and if there's bullpen action going, but hopefully he won't need it. We'll see how things go. Well, right away. right away. So this time it is 599, and we already determined that it is not only above the range, but it is above 7. So it's going to be a single, and it's going to be a clean base hit. It's going to be a clean base hit. So a leadoff single here for Frank Robinson. And the Orioles are thinking to themselves, we just got to take it one at a time here, folks. Just one at a time. Boog Powell. 296, that's going to be a deep one. But not probably deep enough. Deep right field, that's only a 5. 14. Deep right field, 14. That's probably not deep enough. Oh, boy. You know, Yankee Stadium has that short porch. And this one was deep and at the track. But Yogi Berra hauls this one in at the wall. Craziness. Now this one right in the middle of the home runs, we'd probably say that was robbing a home run right there. This one, not quite. Powell almost with another home run. That would have made this a little bit more interesting. Instead, we have 1 down, and Brooks Robinson steps in. 460. And Terry is a righty, and that's going to be another base hit. This time a single. Center field. Roger Maris. That's Roger Maris in center field now. So you got to remember this. Roger Maris in center field. His arm is only a 1. And so, with one out, I believe, I mean, the runner isn't really that important. Advance with one out, maybe, since he is so far above. I mean, they don't really take much of a chance on him. He gets to third, and we have runners on the corners now. And now 3. So Terry will face one more batter, maybe. Unless he can get out Davy Johnson. They're playing straight up. 677, and that's going to be a 707 because of 3 levels of fatigue. 707 is a deep center field. But 5 plus 3 is only an 8. Deep center field 8. Oh boy. Wow. Roger Maris on the run makes a diving catch. Now, the runner on third has a chance of tagging up, but you know what? He's not going to risk it. He is not going to risk it because that run is not important. So he's not even going to risk it. He's not going to challenge the arm. He's not going to do that. That brings up Ellie Hendricks here, the last chance. Bottom of the ninth, or excuse me, top of the ninth. Last chance here. 2 on and 2 out. Terry is gassed, but he's still going. And that's going to do it, folks, I believe. 642. 642. And that is a grounder to first. Oh, but wait. I guess I should have said that they weren't going to hold him, but they were holding him. And since he was being held and it's a grounder to first, that is going to be a base hit. All right, 7-2. And Terry will now exit the game. They only need one more out. So Terry goes 8 2/3. And now we're going to bring in to face the lefty Dave May, who is 1 for 3 today. He is 1 for 3 today. To face the lefty Dave May, they will bring in Bud Daly. Sounds like a good one. Bud Daly coming in here. He only needs to get one out. Only needs to get one out. And since May had that double, they'll leave him into bat. Runners on first and second. Oh, and that will do it. 601. Good thing they swapped him. 601 is a grounder to short. Kubek will flip to Richardson, and that is your ball game. That is your ball game. So the Orioles get a little bit of something going in the ninth, but there's too much of a deficit to really work on. And so McNally picks up the loss. Not a very sharp game for him. Terry gets the win. Quite a good game for him. No save opportunity. Close, but not quite. And who is the player of the game? Well, while Terry pitched well, you got to give it to Roger Maris here for 2 homers. 3 for 4. 2 home runs, a single, and he walked. Didn't drive in as many as Yogi did with that 3-run homer, which was kind of the death knell for Baltimore. So Berra was 2 for 4, but 2 home runs, I'm going to give it to Roger Maris today. So the Yankees top the Baltimore Orioles 7-2 in this one. And as I mentioned, if we head back here to the bracket, the Yankees will advance, and then they'll have some waiting time to do here, as they will play the winner of the Baltimore-Chicago series down here in the losers or elimination bracket. Either way, the Yankees have beat both of these teams before, but that's who they're going to be waiting on. So even without Mickey Mantle in the lineup, the Yankees showing some power here, hitting three homers, and then another inside the Parker. So 4 home runs total for the Yankees in this one. Baltimore, 2 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. And the Yankees, 7 runs on 12 hits and no errors. And that's your ball game, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Take a look over at baseballmaelstrom.com if you want to follow the action and keep tracks of the goings of this tournament. And thanks again so much for watching. Till next time, have a great evening.